Yo, man, we back, man. Yo.
I'm happy to be back. I'm gonna be here for a long time.
That's what I'm talking about. Checking the trap. Yo,
Y'all,
go
if
ahead.
y'all want me to have my own segment, y'all let me know.
Oh,
Because
we
we
here.
gonna talk about everything. This
Oh,
just the beginning.
it's the
Everything.
beginning.
We talk about everything you want to talk about. You know what I mean? Because I got insight on everything. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You gonna
Well,
learn.
before we get into, we gonna get into all that. Boom. But we did have a lot of comments, and one thing we want to clear up, they was checking the trap. The people checked the trap. They wanted to ask me to ask you. Last time on our segment, you talked about you did a 10-year stretch, but I never asked you what was you locked up for. So I'm gonna ask you right now while we're checking the trap. What was you locked up for?
All right, check, right? I did 10 years in the penitentiary. That's what I said. But I didn't do 10 years straight. You know what I mean? My first time I went to prison was 2007, and I got out in the middle of 2010. That was for a drug charge. That was weed charge, which is crazy because now it's legal. You know what I mean? So I had a little weed charge. I had a couple of them that piled up, and they got me 3-year bid. You know what I mean? 7 years, goddamn it, with them 10 years with 7 suspended, which got me 3. So I did from '07 to 10. I came home for a year. Then I went back in 11 and got out in 16. You know what I mean? And that was on some crazy shit. Like that was on some nighttime burglary type shit. But I ain't no nigga that try to rob nobody. Just a nigga owed me some money. The nigga didn't do right, and I was gonna run up on him. But that's neither here nor there. But the shit went wrong. You know what I mean? So that I did 5 years for that. You know what I mean? Luckily, I was looking at a whole lot of more time, but I was blessed with the 5 years. I was happy about that. So after I did that, I came home for 2 years, and I got another little drug possession. You know what I mean? It was a little cocaine shit. You know what I mean? And I did 2 years for that. I got them and went in and what was that? Beginning of 19 and got out in the very end of 20, I think it was. So. You know what I mean? But that was a little program shit, a little CCAP shit.
Hold on. We gonna get into all that. We want to.
So that's what it was.
We
It
want
was
to dial
not,
back.
it was not no violent shit like
We
no.
want to
I
dial
don't
back
hurt
a little
nobody.
bit.
You know what I mean?
Okay, we want to dial back. Hold on. When you first got arrested.
Yes,
Your
sir.
first charge. Oh,
Yes,
we want to
sir.
let you answer the phone.
Man, I don't answer no phones, man.
Okay,
we in the
checking
interview.
the trap.
I'm just stopping
We
it.
checking the
You know what I
trap.
mean?
Now, last interview you said you don't have no brothers, no siblings.
Well, I got a brother, but I
Okay.
just ain't grow up with him. He's 10 years older than me. We never lived in the same state. We got different pops. He lived with his dad growing up, you know what I mean, in Delaware.
Okay, what's his name?
Freddie.
Oh,
it's,
shout out
it's
to
crazy
Freddie.
because his name Freddie and my name Jason, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
shit.
you-
Shout out Jason
you
the
do the
president.
math, you know what I mean?
Okay. But I just want to get into your first bid.
Mm-hmm.
When you say you got arrested for marijuana.
Yes, sir.
Now, you say you was a shy kid growing up, Bad News. Shout out to Bad News. You hopped in the game late, this, that, and the
Late
third.
as hell.
Yeah. Now, what make a shy kid hop in the game? How did you get involved in hustling?
All right, I'm going to tell you how I got involved in it. It was an old head that I used to mess with, right? And y'all know her too, but I ain't going to say no names. Right?
Okay, yeah. You don't have to-
But I used to mess with this older chick, right? And just so happens that she used to have a dude that was, shout out to Portsmouth, a Portsmouth guy, right?
Oh,
Who
shout out
used
to
to
Pete
use
Taylor.
her house as like somewhat of a stash house, and he used to put like pounds and pounds of weed in her house, like in her closet, like 10 or better. You know what I mean? And at that time, she used to know I smoke weed. You know what I mean? And she used to just give me like stuff to smoke, like, you know what I mean, little apes here, quarters here, and at the time, right? Everybody used to come to me and be like, "Yo, where the bud at? Where the bud at?" Because I was popular. I was in the barber shop, and I knew who was moving, who was shaking. I always knew how to get the weed, so people was coming at me. So one of my homeboys was like, "Yo, now that you got the weed and all that, you know what I'm saying, on deck, why don't you just sell it yourself?" You know what I mean? So Shorty just started. She wanted me to be around her so much that she used to throw me shit, right? And she ended up throwing me pounds of weed. And that's when I took off. You know what I mean? I ain't never looked back. You know what I mean? After I did that, you know what I mean? That's what got me in the game for real.
Oh.
And that was way back. That was like in 94. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
95.
so the
No,
19...
not 94. I mean, Was it 94? No, it was like 2004, 2005, something like that.
Okay, you said a couple of pounds. Now the night you got arrested, can you get into what happened that day? What happened to get led up to you doing your first 3 years?
I mean, like, I had caught, the first time I got stopped, I was on Jefferson Avenue, right? Like
Okay.
by,
Shout out to
I
Bad
think,
News.
I think about 24th, 25th Street, somewhere up in there, but right over there by the, what is that? Fuck, what is that? Like the Dollar General or whatever over there? Like something over there
Oh,
on
Marshall?
Jefferson, right there, that shopping center right there across the street from Walker Village. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Shout out
I
to the
got
bid.
I got stopped over there. You know what I mean? They locked me up. You know what I mean? I got out on a bond. I got them at like within the next week. You know what I mean? I was riding with my homeboy because they had sold my car. They did some other shit, and I was riding with him and we was traveling together. Somebody I had put on, and he wanted to go out Langley Square, right, to do whatever he wanted to do with somebody, with a female, or whatever. And the dude house he was going, he had a 2 bedroom, and I really ain't fuck with dude. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, go ahead, go in there. I'ma sit in the car. And it was late as a bitch. It was like wintertime, and I went to sleep in the car. But the car was running. And when I woke up, it was like 4 police around the car, right? And they was tapping on the glass, telling me to unlock the car. So before I did all that, I called my man and told him they was out there so he could come and get me. But and he said he was coming. In the meantime, I unlocked the doors. You know what I mean? And they pulled me out and asked for ID, all that, and they went through the car and all that. Like in my coat, I had like probably like a quarter pound of weed bagged up. You know what I'm saying?
While you were asleep in the car?
Yeah, but it was just draped over me like a blanket. You know what I mean? I was in the back seat, so I told them they won't mind or whatever. They went through the rest of the car. They found some more shit. Like they put me in the back of the car. Here and over there, they arrested him because it was his car. Da da da. But he got out, and I went down. So being that I was out on bond in Newport News, they held me for a while. Okay. So I had them 2 charges, both for the same thing. But Hampton, they was much more lenient. You know what I mean? I handled that case before the Newport News case, and they let me go. You know what I'm saying? On 2 years probation. But then when I went to the Newport News case, being that I was already on me, you know what I mean? They ended up hitting me. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of stuff that was on top of me at that time. So, you know what I
As
mean?
far as what was on top of you?
I mean, I had got stopped in Newport News like 2 times before that, you know what I mean, for the same thing. But I had never went to jail for real.
Driving?
No, for the weed shit.
No, I'm saying, were you driving when you got stopped?
Yeah, one time on my street on Maple, shout out to the creek. But I was down on a dead end, and I had just stopped to talk to somebody, and they ran up on me, and they did that. But
So what is? What is the shot?
all that shit.
What is the shot kid saying? What is the guy just got off the porch saying to himself? Now you arrested. Now you locked. When you went to Newport News County Jail.
Newport News City, yeah.
Okay. So
I done been there
City
a whole bunch
part,
of times. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? They know me there, but I ain't proud of that. But yeah, so I mean, it was a lot of stuff that was on top of me. So when I went down, at that time in Newport News, I think I had 3 possession of marijuana charges and like school zone, and I had a driving charge, and I had a possession of a pistol, all that shit, right? By a convicted felon and all that shit. But at the time, the police officer was in the military also, so the arresting officer he had got called to duty, and he went overseas, right?
Okay.
And my lawyer was telling me that either I could plea out to one of the charges, or I could fight them all and hope that he get killed in overseas or whatever. But when he come back,
Oh, that's what
that's
your
when
lawyer
they was gonna, goddamn it, you know what I'm saying, pursue everything. You know what I'm saying? They was gonna try to hit me with the fullest. So at that time, you know what I mean, I was like, no, I'll just plea out. I don't expect the man to get killed.
Right.
I don't want him to get killed, but
Right.
you know what I mean. I don't want them to goddamn it come at me with all that shit anyway. You know what I mean? Because I was facing a lot of shit. It was like 8, 9 charges, but they just wanted me to plead to one. So I just took the plea. They gave me goddamn it 3 years. So you know what I mean. I did that, and that was that. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's take a. We going inside now. This the first time you getting locked. This you getting your time. You hitting the yard. Now you the ladies man. Did you
Yeah.
think about running to anybody that you had a little conflict out on the streets
I
or?
don't never had conflict on the street. Bro.
Okay.
I
Now
don't-
you are the ladies man. You could have ran into
No,
somebody
no,
on
no,
some
no,
old.
no. I don't go at nobody lady, bro.
Okay.
Like, I don't take nobody lady or nothing like that. I don't have no conflicts behind no women. You know what I mean? Like, I just know how to talk to people. You know what I mean? I know how to interact. Like I told you before, I don't go at nobody, bro. Like I'm the type of person like this. Like I could talk to a million people, a million females every day, right? But I don't ask them if they have man. I don't ask them for their number. I don't ask them for none of that. Like I just have a conversation with them, make them smile, give them compliments, and then I tell them, you know what I mean? Enjoy your day, you know what I mean? And keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like because they expect for somebody to holler at them all the time. You know what I mean? I don't be on that. You know what I mean? I just like to talk. You know what I mean? That's what I do. Like, and before, hold on.
Okay,
hold
we
on.
checking the
This is what
track.
I want to do first.
Check the
Give me
track.
1 second, right? Before we even get any further, right? I want people not to get this misconstrued, right? I've been married for 10 years, right? I've been dealing with my wife for 21 years, right? I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? I've been with my wife for a long time. Like, I've never considered marrying anybody but my wife. You know what I'm saying? And this is no disrespect to my wife at all. This is no disrespect to anybody. Like, I'm just telling you who I am and how I move. You know what I'm saying? And how people, I can't help for females to like who I am because I make myself that person that somebody would like. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just women that like me. It's all niggas too that be in my circle that like me because I'm a good nigga. Personally, you know what I mean? I don't want to do any harm to anybody. I don't want nobody to ever be able to say that Hug is a fucked up person or a Hug on some other shit. Like, I don't do that. Like, I show love to everybody. And I love my wife. And I'm never leaving my wife. I'm told her I'm never going to ask for a divorce. I live like my grandparents. Like, they was married for 40, 50 years. And when you was young, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always seen your grandparents together, but you never knew nothing. You just know that they was been together forever. Once you get a little older, then you start learning about the things that your grandparents went through. You know what I'm saying? Like infidelity or maybe some babies that wasn't supposed to be granddads or, you know what I'm saying? All types of shit like that. That's when you learn older, but you keep in your mind that they never ever got divorced. You know what I'm saying? They stuck it out. You might have known your grandparents to sleep in different rooms, right? But they never considered getting divorced. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays people expect for if it ain't right for the first 2 years or something like that, they ready to bail out. Like, nah, I ain't doing that. Like, I signed up for this shit. You know what I mean? Thick and thin. Like, I would go through 10 years of misery, nigga, for to have 40 years of happiness that follows. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what tomorrow holds for you. You know what I mean? Like, I am that dude. Like, I'm not getting divorced. You know what I'm saying? Unless she wants to divorce me because I'm never going to ask for one. And I'm still going to fight it.
Well,
you
hold
know
on.
what I'm saying?
Let me check this
But
trap.
I
I
just
heard what
want
you're
everybody
saying.
to know that
Co-
first and foremost.
Congratulations,
you know
bro.
what I'm
I hear you. I hear you. I
First
hear
and
you.
foremost.
I
Like,
hear you.
that's what it is, first and foremost.
Yeah,
You
without
know
getting
what I mean?
into detail, I want to check the trap. Is something going on with you far as with your wife now?
No.
Unless I can hear all that.
I mean, you know, everybody go through their everyday things. You know what I mean? That's whether you married or not. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
agree.
boyfriend, girlfriend, any type of relationship. You're going to go through your ups and downs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? That's all temporary. You know what I mean? Everything is an obstacle. It's like an old head told me one time, like, it's 3 things in this world that's going to happen all the time. Either you going through some shit, you in the middle of some shit, or you just getting out of some shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's going to keep repeating over and over. You're about to go into some bullshit, you in the middle of some bullshit, or you just got out of some bullshit. And it repeats and it repeats and it repeats. That's what life is. You know what I'm saying? But you got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because as I read in books before, the person that you married to is not the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And what that means is this. When you get married, y'all are at a certain mind state. You know what I'm saying? Mindset, you and her. Y'all in bliss, y'all in love. That's what it is. But as time goes on, 10 years from now, that's not going to be the same woman. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna mature. She's gonna think different. Everything's gonna change, like everyday life. You know what I'm saying? And as well as you. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, that day you got married, 30 years down the line, we're both gonna be different. So that's not gonna be the same person that you're gonna spend life with.
Well,
like
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
check
work
on
that all day. It's
I'm
work.
not gonna.
It's work. It's not gonna be easy.
I'm definitely not cutting you off. I hear exactly what you're saying. Nobody's gonna be the same person.
Pinky, how long you been married?
And I'm one here to sit. I check the trap.
How long you been married?
Over 20 years.
Exactly. And
No,
it's changing. It changes every day, right?
It always changes. This is my
Exactly.
opinion. I don't want to cut you. I don't want to get the fans, the people confused, anybody confused.
I'm gonna fight for mine.
That's you. There you go. Fight for what you
Yeah.
believe in.
I wouldn't have
I don't
signed
give
up
a
for
damn
it.
if you change. Everybody gonna change. If you love that person, if you still rocking, my true beliefs is you just rock till the wheels fall off, and then the
Yeah.
wheels fall off, it falls off.
I don't give a damn how
Teach
bad
his
it
own.
get. All you gotta do is keep in your mind that day you got married and how you felt.
So do you feel the same about yours right now while we checking the
Of
trap?
course. I mean, it's things that I don't like. That's things that
Hold on, what's
comes
one
that
thing you don't like
arises.
right now that's 10 years later?
I mean, it's everything like we done been through so much, right? I mean, we done been through so much. You know what I mean? That hurt me. That I done hurt her. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I said,
Hold
people
on, what's
growing,
hurt?
they
What's
don't do
hurt?
different.
Well,
Like I mean, see, some things I can't put out there. You know
Exactly.
What I'm saying?
I don't
because
feel-
I wouldn't want to
exactly.
put my wife out
Thank
there
you,
on
thank
shit,
you,
and
thank
I
you.
wouldn't want to put myself out there because that's our relationship. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
I'm just
some
checking
things,
the
some
track.
things you gotta keep to yourself.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if people know of her or know of me, like maybe they might know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's between us. But at the same time, we know that we are for each other. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can make it through tough times together, then you can make it through easy times.
Oh,
Good
there-
times.
yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Because it's always gonna be times that's gonna be wonderful. I done had some wonderful times with my wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about wholehearted wonderful times. Like we done been places and we done experienced things and we're still growing as a family. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And we created a whole family and like I told you, like I haven't been single
Do
since
you love her?
16.
Do you love her?
Nigga, I wouldn't have never put a ring on her finger and put my last name on her.
Do you
know what
love
I mean?
her?
Of course I love her.
I
I love her
know.
more than anything in this world.
There you go with that bone. There you go.
Know what I mean?
Does she love you?
Of course.
But we gotta check the trap with that.
Of course.
Well, you
I
ain't say her
mean-
name one time. Oh, you can't. Yeah,
I mean-
we ain't speaking on name on unless you want. That's your
I
right
mean,
one. It's
listen.
on you. Check the trap.
I mean,
Did you
my
just
wife-
start laughing?
my wife, I don't know if she want me to put out there.
Oh, yeah, that's
But I'm
fine.
just saying, but
I pause it.
I don't care if she want me to put out there or not because this is my wife and this is my podcast and I'm gonna say what I want. Like, my wife is Shantae Cargile. Now it's Shantae Hutter. You know what I mean? She went to Phoebus
Let's
back
check
in the
the
day.
track.
She's from Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Born and raised, but she came down here and she lived her life down here now. And that's mine.
Okay,
You know what
shout
I'm
out to
saying?
Shantae.
There's many people that ever try to get her, many
Okay.
people that didn't had her at one time or not. You know what I'm saying? You can't take her from me. And I'm not gonna let you.
How did
You know what
y'all
I mean?
meet?
Walking down the street.
He said, "Walker, you gotta ride."
Matter of fact, you know what I mean? Shout out to Pug the Gambler. I was
Shout out to
chilling
the Gambler.
I was chilling at Pug the Gambler. We was on his porch, and she just happened to be walking down the street, and I hollered at her. She was 17 years old. And
How old were you at the time?
I was.
Make
I
this shit
think I
clear.
was 23 at the time.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean?
You would okay?
And
Go ahead.
I was just, you know what I'm saying, throwing it out there. You know what I mean? She bit, and who knows? Like later on in life, she became my wife. You know what I mean? That's how I went.
What was it, Hampton?
Yeah, Hampton and Phoebus area.
Okay.
Well, I met her in the Buckrow area, but she was from Phoebus area.
Do y'all have any kids together?
Yeah, we got 3 kids. We got a 20-year-old son that's shout out.
Oh,
he go to Hampton University right
Okay,
now.
shout out to HU.
He's so different. He's smart as hell. He's no street guy. He has no hood in him at all. He's in his own lane. He has his own friends. Like he's majoring right now in computer software engineering. Like he's really smart and he's my idol. You know what I mean? Like I
Okay.
love him to death. You know what I mean? That's my first boy. You know what I mean? Then I got 2 little ones. You know what I mean? Another little boy and another little girl. They both 5 right now. They got them and only be
Okay,
5 for 1 month because they're 11 months apart. That's Amari. You know what I mean? He's a lover boy. He's so sensitive and
I
he's
wouldn't
so
know he
fly.
got that from.
He's so fly. Like he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a real problem when
It's
he
gonna
gets
be a
older.
problem.
Yeah, he already talked about how he wanna marry this girl that he go to school with, and he wanna take her rings and everything in school. Like, you know what I mean? And she's a white girl. You know what I mean? Because they start going to private
Oh, ain't no
school.
discrimination on
I
checking
mean,
the trap.
never no discrimination. But they started in private school. They just now started going to public school. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Did Daddy ever date outside the race?
I've never had a girlfriend that was outside my race. Like I've never had a girl that I call my girlfriend that was outside my race. Like I'm gonna tell you, since I was 16, I'm gonna tell you, as far as girlfriends that I say was my girlfriends, I've only had probably four or five in my whole life that I call my girlfriends. You know what I mean? I done dealt with a whole bunch of people, but as far as I consider them my girlfriends,
Shout out to your wife. I don't want to.
you know what I mean? But then I have Ava, my youngest girl. Like,
Okay.
like she's she's a problem. Like she's something I've never witnessed in my life. Like she's so charismatic, and
Shout
she
out
has
to
a she has a personality that's out of this world. And she's beautiful. She looks just like my wife, and she's just so far gone. And I think that being that she's the youngest, she has a chip on her shoulder, and she has to prove a lot. You know what I mean? She was born 9 weeks early. She was a premature baby. You know what I mean? But she is so smart, and she's
See
so
all
charismatic.
the stuff you went through, far as the hustling, the going to jail, to meet your wife, everyone.
And I have
Oh,
I have
go
a
ahead.
26-year-old daughter too, right?
Oh, okay, hold on. We checking the trap.
That was not from my wife though. That was from a previous female, but that's when I was 19.
Oh,
And
okay.
me and her mother, we was never together. But
Hold on.
that's
What's
my
her
daughter.
name?
My daughter's name is Natia. You know what I mean?
This in Virginia, Hampton. This.
Yeah. She was born in Hampton.
Oh,
Know what I
okay.
mean? But that was off my homeboy messing with a girl, and she had a friend, and I just went around there just to, you know what I'm saying, be the guy on the side with her friend, and shit happened, and she got pregnant, and yeah, that's how that happened. But
And she's 26.
yeah, my daughter's 26, most beautiful thing in the world. Like she's my dog.
So are you a grand? She didn't have any kids.
Of course not. I'm not a granddad. I'm not ready to be one.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Y'all
too-
still in contact?
I'm too fly to be that.
What
Yeah,
you mean you
yeah.
too fly to what?
I'm too fly to be a granddad right now.
You too fly to be a grandma.
Yeah. I ain't ready for that. Because once you become a granddad, your whole life changes. I gotta fall back, and I ain't ready to do that. You know
Well,
what I mean?
hold on. So right now we checking the trap. So if your daughter that's 26 right now had a kid right now, what would they say about Hug Hefner?
I don't know what they would say about me.
What
but
would you say about Hug Hefner?
that my whole motive would change. You know what I mean? Like, you know how your granddad was back in the day. Like when your grandkids come around, you gotta.
Oh
be
no,
granddad.
we not talking about
You
that.
gotta, you gotta be granddaddy. Like you know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm saying?
pop by
Like,
myself.
Like
I'm gonna just pop myself.
I'm too busy spoiling my little kids. You know what I mean? To be spoiling a grandkid. Like I'm so proud of my daughter for not having no kid right now, because in these days and times, a lot of females don't make it to 26 without no kids.
Well, hold on. Is this about you?
No, it's not about me. It's about me raising her right. You know what I mean? And raising her how not to
So what's
fall for
the
anything.
what's the appropriate age of having a child? I'm checking the trap.
I mean, I don't know.
In
For
your
me,
opinion.
in my opinion, for a female to have a kid, I mean, as long as you grown, like don't have no kids before you 18 to 21. You know what I mean? Because at that time you gotta be out of school first. First and foremost, you gotta be out of school. You gotta be able to conduct yourself as an adult to have a baby. You know what I mean? When you a baby, having a baby is you really putting the pressure on your mother.
Hold
You know
on,
what
we
I'm saying? Or
checking
your
the
father.
trap. You say
know
your
what I mean?
daughter 26 years
Yeah,
old. We
yeah.
checking the trap, so that's old enough to have a child.
I
right?
mean, I'm not down to anybody out here that has a kid that had a baby at a young age, but in my opinion, I'm just saying that for a female to have a baby, I think that she should be grown enough to know how to conduct it and not put it on her parents. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yo, we right back checking the trap. Yo, we gonna get back at that holler.